Allow me to reintroduce myself. They call me Black. David Black. Even more specifically, I am one David Black. But you can call me 1DB. Good to meet you. My purpose? To be a voice to and for my Black people. So, now that we have some of the formalities out of the way, let's talk. Let's talk conspiracies. Let's talk proof. Let's talk our position in life and why. As a so-called Black person in the United States, in the United Snakes, I had it right. In the United States of America, there has always been an agenda to destroy, subjugate, and control the Black man and Black woman. Even if this is something that is not massively vocalized, this silent plot has been perfectly executed. And we truly live the results today. Let go. So, you gotta think deeper. You know? Let me ask a question. Have you ever felt like everything has been set up against you? Have you ever had the feeling you were surrounded by enemies? Have you ever wondered why our ancestors even went through slavery in the first place? Well, today, you're going to learn. You're going to learn today. You will see, and you will finally find some answers. It's on you, though. It's on you to contemplate or dig on this information that I'm going to share with you. So with all that being said, let's begin. I want to start with my Tanakh. Then we will get the same passage out of the KJV so that you can see a few tricks, really. One, they don't want you reading anything else except the 66 books that's in your KJV. Two, they don't want you reading other translations because they don't really want you looking any further or any deeper for the truth. But we got you. We got you. Let's go to Psalms 83. And first, I will be reading out of the JPS Tanakh. So let's get it. And I'm going to read verbatim. All right? Let's go. O God, do not be silent. Do not hold aloof. Do not be quiet, O God. For your enemies rage. Your foes assert themselves. They plot craftily against your people. Take counsel against your treasured ones. They say, let us wipe them out as a nation. Israel's name will be mentioned no more. Unanimous in their counsel, they have made an alliance against you. The clans of Edom and the Ishmaelites of Moab. And the Ishmaelites, Moab and the Hagrites, Gebal, Ammon, and Amalek, Philistia with the inhabitants of Tyre or Tyre. Assyria too joins forces with them. They give support to the sons of Lot. Selah. Deal with them as you did with Midian, with Sisera, with Jabin at the brook Kishon, who were destroyed at Endor, who became dung for the field. Treat their great men like Oreb and Zeb, all their princes like Zebah and Zalmunna, who said, let us take the meadows of God as our possession. Oh my God, make them like thistledown, like stubble driven by the wind, as a fire burns a forest, as flames scorch the hills. Pursue them with your tempest, as a whirlwind or tornado. Terrify them with your storm. Cover their faces with shame, so that they seek your name, O Lord. May they be frustrated and terrified, disgraced and doomed forever. May they know that your name, yours alone, is the Lord, supreme over all the earth. So that is out of my Tanakh. Let's give you the same out of the KJV, right? Psalms 83. All right. So, in the KJV, it reads, keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy hidden people. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may no more be in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarims, Gebal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Asser also is joined with them. They have holpen the children of Lot. Selah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kishon, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb, and like Zeb, yea, all their princes, and Zebah, as Zebah, and as Zalmunna, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession. O my God, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth a wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. For their faces, fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Lord. Let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. So, Psalms 83 in both the Tanakh and also your KJV are saying that there is a conspiracy. There is a conspiracy. Okay? And that conspiracy is to make Israel no longer a nation. Now, I know, you're going to say, hey, we have Israel. They live in Israel, right? They're over there. They've set that up. I'm here to let you know that is a falsehood. We are here to prove to you that the scriptures tell you who the Israelites are today, in present time, and it's not who you think they are. That is why I am here, to shed a little light on this subject for my black man and black woman, because we seem to be confused. Even as we wake up in these times, we must really examine and investigate everything around us very, very deeply. So, I want to give you Joel. We're going to go to the book of Joel, or Joel, however you would like to pronounce it. And I'm going to read chapter 3, verse 1 through 8. And we're going to talk about Israel real quick. Chapter 3 reads, For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations, and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage, Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations, and parted my land. And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and a girl they sold for wine, that they may drink. Let me clear that up real quick. And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for a harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they might drink. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coasts of Palestine? Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me, swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head. Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabeans, to a people far off, for the Lord hath spoken it. So, in Joel chapter 3, verses 1 through 8, you see where the Most High is speaking. And he's speaking very clearly. And I'm going to break a few verses down for you, and we'll go to the next point that I want to make, to tie all of this together, to show you that the scriptures are telling you, black man and black woman, who you are. And they are telling you what is going on around you right now. You have to open your mind and open your eyes. You got to think deeper. So, in Joel chapter 3, it says, I will also gather all the nations and bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat, where he will plead there for his people and his heritage, Israel. So, do you remember, or have you ever heard anyone speak about some of the words of Jesus? And we'll get into that subject another time. But just to bring up this quote, those that go about my Father's business are my brother and sister. Right? So he was speaking about the will of God. If you are doing the will of God, you will be his brother and his sister. That goes to the commandments of God. If you are living the commandments of God, then you are his people. But even deeper, Israel, his chosen people, the actual descendants of those that we can read about in the Bible. They are a real people. They are not lost or misplaced. They are not mythical or mythological. They are not extinct. They are alive today. And no, once again, I will say, they are not those in Israel. The way that you can say that some of them could be his people is that they do his will, and that some of them may actually follow his commandments. So that's how, pretty much anyone from any nation can end up being God's people, but you must do his will, follow his commandments, show your allegiance to him to be his people in that regard. but we are speaking directly to the descendants, the fleshly, bloodly, genetically, or however other way you want to say it, descendants of the people of this book. So, who has been scattered among all the nations of the world? Who? And let's not be petty. Let's not just say, well, you know, we've all been scattered and we've all went through slavery. We've all been lied to as well. And did you know that many of those nations that did go through slavery were still black? You just changed it up later on in history. And do you know that some of the other nations that were in quote unquote slavery were the slaves, or shall I say, the servants of Israelites, of black people? And there is a different, very, very different way that this servitude works when you are under the Israelites versus under the world. So, as we continue in this Joel chapter 3, the nations have scattered his people and parted his land. Who went around the world enslaving people and colonizing land? Colonizing land. Parted my land. The other nations. And they have cast lots for my people. They were selling them. And, you know, pretty much picking them out, you know, making dibs, right? And have given a boy for a harlot. Let me explain how they've given a boy for a harlot. Are you familiar with stud breeding? You know, that's what they do to prize horses or prize dogs. They breed them, the biggest, strongest, fastest, so that they can get more big, strong, and fastest, right? You go into the history of slavery, especially connected to the U.S. And what will you see? You will see a history of stud breeding. Take this big, strong black man and you pass him around to different plantations so that he can breed more big, strong black men. Yo, I appreciate you checking me out today. I am your boy 1DB The Movement, aka One Flip Dollar. And this has been You Gotta Think Deeper with your boy 1DB. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. If it helped you out in any way, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this, and share so that it can reach more people in the world, because they need some truth. We need some truth. All praises to the Most High for waking me up and giving me this opportunity. Y'all be easy, man. You gotta think deeper.